You're the one I wanna go to when I'm going crazy, yeah. By my side every night, boo. Forever my lady, yeah. Be my partner in crime, Bonnie and Clyde. Have the ride of your life, babe. Can't you see you were made for me?
What's up, family? We're back with another episode of We Need to Talk. I'm Justin. It's my wife Louise, and we are here to talk about whatever we want to talk about: love, marriage, Jesus, current events, whatever. And so we're glad that y'all could join our conversation. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? We are trying to grow our channel. We would love for y'all to join as we do that. And so we're gonna jump in today. We always start our episodes with a game of cooties. It's where Louise asked me something that I know about women, and I asked her something that she does not know about me.
You didn't get last time right.
I did get last
time. No, you didn't.
I literally talked to 3 people.
When you feed in.
I've already talked to 3 people, and they all say, yeah, you got it.
Well, who all did you ask?
Don't worry about it.
I'm sure they're all your friends. Was it any women?
Yes, they were all women.
You talked to 3 women, and they say you were right?
Yes.
You didn't explain it the right way, but okay.
They watched the episode.
You are... Lie. All right. You can have it.
I'm not going to tell her who they are because all she's going to say, it doesn't matter who they are. What she's going to say is, they just want to be on your side.
Okay, was it Malia?
No, I didn't talk to Malia.
Was it any of my sisters?
Louise, it doesn't matter what.
Because I'm trying to think of someone who may not automatically just be on your side. Doesn't matter who you ask. But it's cool. You're definitely not getting this week, right? So it's okay.
Go ahead. You can go first.
Wait, okay. So it's cooties, obviously, and I'm going to go first. Okay, what is the second most painful place to wax? The second most painful place to wax.
First being the vagina.
What is the second most painful place?
You can't answer my question?
So if this were a test and your teacher wrote that as a question, you was like, I have a question. What's the first? No, you're not doing that.
Okay, Louise.
Answer the question. Tengo una pregunta.
Second most painful place to wax?
Yes. You want me to reword it?
No, I don't. I just want you to just relax for a second so I can think about it.
Okay.
Legs is easy. Eyebrows ain't too bad.
Okay. While you were thinking it through, do you mind me asking, how many of these places have you gotten waxed?
I don't want you asking anything.
All right, you got it.
Through it.
That's
you already asked your question, right?
Go ahead and answer.
Thank you. I'm going to go first. It's probably armpits. Because you got a lot of nerves there. Like, you can knock somebody out if you punch them in the armpit.
No, you did say that the other day, I think.
I'm going to go second. Second most painful is probably vagina. Or, yes, probably vagina.
What's your final answer?
That's my answer.
Vagina?
Yeah. What is it?
The first is your bikini line.
Okay.
The second is your underarms.
The
third is your...
I switched them.
Yeah.
That's okay. I was close.
You weren't right. Close isn't right.
I didn't say I was right.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure the lines were clear. Okay, what's your question?
If I do a solar plexus punch on you, where did I just hit you?
I know this. I know this. Oh my gosh. Because it's in a movie. Okay. After this, can you tell me if it's in a movie or not? Okay, a solar plexus punch is right here.
That's incorrect. You were close, though.
It's right here in between?
Nope.
Here?
Yep.
Dang, well, obviously, as a woman, I have boobs.
No,
so
it's still the same. This would have been here on me. It's not right here.
I just should have said my chest.
But it's not in your chest.
What did you think?
It's a rib cage. It's right underneath.
Hey, Google it and make sure. I think he's wrong, but no, is that this playing? Is that on a movie?
Nah. Well, yeah, Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee does it.
Okay. I was like, we were talking about that at some point.
Yeah, Bruce Lee does it. Yeah.
Okay, tell the truth. Did you give me a hard one because you didn't get mine right?
No, that's all I had.
Okay.
Okay.
I said all right.
So, you ready? It's your episode, so I'm following your lead.
Nah, that's what you said.
You
said come up with 2 topics, and not that I have to lead them. Okay, so we're going to talk about the Sha'Carri Richardson situation. Okay, so if you don't know, she's an American Olympian, and she's really
not an Olympian.
Almost Olympian. And of course, we all know that she didn't get to run the Olympics because she tested positive for marijuana, which is illegal in the sport of track and field, or is it across for Olympians?
Track and field.
In track and field, it is illegal.
Yeah.
So she had things going on, and she took complete ownership, and then, so she couldn't race. And then they raced, I don't even know what they raced in.
It's a professional track event.
In a professional track event, and she placed last.
9th. Yeah.
I saw something that said she was in 10th place.
No, she got 9th.
She placed 9th place. So, yeah, that's what I want to talk about. What do you think? Do you think, first of all, do you think that she was judged harshly? Like, should she have been allowed to participate in the beginning?
Of what?
For the Olympics. Like, should she have been disqualified?
Okay.
And then second...
But I know you're not done asking questions. That's not how you live.
Nah. But, okay, so should she have been disqualified in the Olympics? Of course, all of my social media was like, free her, like, she needs to run, blah, blah, blah.
Of course,
support her,
they're all
which
Crips.
is cool. No, they're all black women. Thank you.
All Crips.
So they always riding for her, like, no, let her do her thing, let her prove her capabilities, like she's been practicing for this moment. So how'd your social media react? And then third, with her losing, does it change like all of her commentary, like her being that girl?
Okay.
You can answer any of them. I didn't want to lead in the beginning, but all right.
Yeah, she should have been banned. That's just, that's a rule. I think it is what it is. Like, marijuana's banned substance. If you test positive, you can't run. Like, that's cut and dry. I think sometimes we try to make things emotional.
It is emotional.
It's not emotional.
And she was going through a rough time. Is it legal in the state that she was in?
That doesn't matter.
Well, it's like...
Weed can be legal and jobs can still make
true.
it. Yeah, you still can smoke on some jobs. So that's irrelevant.
But okay, the emotional side for me is like, well, it's kind of gray to me because she was in the state where it's legal, even though it's a rule, blah, blah, blah. Wouldn't she would have... We don't know. Did she know that she
knew.
Couldn't? Okay, she probably did. But she was going through a lot. And my thing is, like, she admitted it. She took ownership. She was like, I was wrong. Like, she did all those things that, in my mind, it's like, okay, like, she was going through a rough time with her mom passing. And, like, just all that, and it's a lot of pressure and a lot of light on her. So, to me, it's like, well, she did take ownership, and she took it.
She's not 6, though. She's an adult. So, like, it'd be like when you a kid, it's like, okay, you did ownership. Okay, so you're going to get punished. You an adult, like, think if you commit a crime and you say, I did it, what happens?
But, okay, I see
you go to jail. Like,
so you think age, even no matter how old you are, if you take accountability, it doesn't matter.
Nah.
It doesn't matter taking accountability.
It might matter for, like, as far as, like, how you're viewed publicly, but as far as, like, your repercussions or your consequences, nah.
Then what's the point of taking ownership if it don't matter?
Because it's for you. That's personal. That's integrity.
Yeah, it is integrity. But at the same point, the other person or the other people should be like, okay, she took accountability. She knew what she did was wrong. Which is the point for her to know what she did was wrong?
No.
Or in any situation, or the point for her to be punished?
No, the point of the rule is, though, that other runners don't have it's not an unfair advantage. That's the point of the rule. And marijuana has been scientifically proven to provide muscle relaxation. Yeah. Helps with anxiety, and it helps with muscle recovery. And so, like...
But they also talk about how it impacts your lungs. You can't breathe as good, though.
So, it can give you an unfair advantage, which is why it's on the banned substance list for track and field. Right. So, yeah, she should have been suspended. Like I said, it's not an emotional thing. Fair, yeah. It's a rule. All right. Social media, well, I mean, my split. I don't have all Crips on mine, so, like, it was people, you know what I'm saying, on both sides. Both sides of it. I heard some pretty good comments on both ways.
For the people who were split, were they like your peers, like people your age, younger or older?
It was split all across the board. It was people my age that thought she should, thought she shouldn't. People older that thought she should, thought she shouldn't. Like, it was split.
See, I had a lot of people my age, or close to my age, say yes. I had a couple people say no, she knew the rules. And all the people who said no were men on my social media. So I was like, that's interesting. Maybe men are just harsh. I'm just kidding.
No, this is no, because I've heard a few women try to spin this into something as if all men hate Sha'Carri.
Men hate black women. Back to the point, protect black women because niggas don't. Just kidding.
And what the reality of it is men are not as emotional.
Yeah, y'all can see it from a.
If it's a rule and you break it, you get punished. Just makes sense to men.
But there's a little line in there.
But there's not. Not when we talk about Olympics. Not when we talk about
rule. You are caught, or your rule breaking is made known.
You caught.
You apologize and take ownership.
Nope.
And then the consequences.
That's the emotional thing that doesn't exist.
Yeah, but the apologize and take ownership alters the consequences. No, it doesn't. Because it happens.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
That's the difference between a lot of the women and men that you might have seen in your timeline. Is because the women try to add an emotional step.
And a lot of the women I saw like, is it that big of a deal, or is it
nope, that's emotional.
A rule with a racial motive or something like? Nope. Is this rule intended? So it's just different narratives. I was like, they're all interesting to me and worth exploring.
No, because it's been made up. Like when you look at who is included in the Olympics, one, it's not just an American thing. Mm-hmm. So all the American biases and racial undertones and things, you got to take it out of the whole rule. But we're talking about the international world track organization. Yeah. So like this is a rule that fits for the entire world. So it encompasses South America, Africa, Europe, Asia, and North America. Everybody's included in this rule. Mm-hmm. And honestly, there are places where weed is much more harshly punished. Mm-hmm. Weed is much more acceptable in America than it is almost anywhere else in the world.
No, that's true.
And so like when you take into account that, like, and that's the other thing, like a lot of times Americans view even world problems, world issues from an American only standpoint and viewpoint.
No, that's true.
And so like, is weed legal where Sha'Carri was? Probably. Weed is legal in a lot of places in the United States. Mm-hmm. But that ain't, we're not asking if, the question isn't, can she smoke weed? The question is, can she smoke weed and run in the Olympics? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So those are different questions. And so the answer was no. The answer is no. Mm-hmm. And so, and I saw some other stuff. Like I think we had a male Olympian who went, who was undergoing sexual assault allegations or something like that. Mm-hmm. And it was like, he shouldn't have went. And I mean, I agree. I think from a publicity standpoint, it was a bad look to me, because they said they put parameters around him to where like he couldn't be around women, which is just crazy. That stuff is crazy. Yeah. But like, so I agree he shouldn't have went, but there's no rule, you know what I'm saying, that says if you're undergoing charges or something, you can't run an Olympics. That's up to the country to decide. That's not up to the International Olympic Committee. And so sometimes we try to put two things in the same box and don't necessarily fit in the same box.
I hear you.
So yeah, what do you think? I talked to her a while.
We've been talking back and forth. Like I said, I think that I understand why she was not allowed to run, but for me, I think the disappointing part, not even disappointing because she still made it to an elite level that most people in the sport do not. So even getting to compete in the professional track meet was a big deal. But I did expect her to win or to not. I was like, oh, she's going top 5. I would have taken top 5.
I didn't think she was going to win, but I didn't think she was going to get last.
No, top 5.
Just because, like, everybody else is still, like, in Olympic shape. Like, the Olympics was just last month. And so, especially the Jamaicans, they coming off sweeping the Olympics.
That's
like,
true.
And Sha'Carri, Sha'Carri wasn't there. And so it's like, as an athlete, when you working for something and you miss it on a technicality, not because you're not good enough, but like on a technicality, I don't know this about her. This is I'm just throwing something out there. I feel like it would be hard to stay motivated and still train at that elite level as the people who went. You know what I'm saying? It's like the girls who ran the Olympics. I feel like they have a higher level of motivation than Sha'Carri going into the pro meet. I think Sha'Carri now, I think she locked back in. I think in the next couple she'll probably beat them because she beat them before for the Olympics. So I think she can get back to where she's the fastest girl in the world, fastest woman in the world. But it's just, you know what I'm saying, like, and like as far as like her losing, like, does she deserve the criticism? Yeah, like that's kind of how it go. Like, when you talk like that. When you win, you're going to make enemies. When you lose, you're going to make friends. Like, they want you to lose. So, that's just, I mean, but the thing is, like, her personality, like that's why she made $1 million without going to the Olympics. You know what I'm saying? Like,
her
so
personality.
so like she gotta be that. Yeah, she gotta be that because that's where the money is. Because I bet can't nobody. No, I wonder if anybody listening can name any of the girls that run from Jamaica. Yeah. Any of the other American Olympians. Like we had black women American sprinters.
That's a good point.
Can you name? No, you can name Sha'Carri. Why? Because she pop off when she wins. You know what I'm saying? Like that. That's part of the brand, and so
that's a good point.
When you lose and that's your brand, yeah, you're gonna get cooked on social media.
You are, and I saw a lot of people like, "Dang, Sha'Carri, you still that girl? You think so?" Like that's kind of.
But you got to
responded because what you're saying is true. Like she couldn't have been quiet after.
No, you can't lose and go. Yeah, no.
Media,
all got even uglier.
Like social media and all that. It's like no, keep that.
Because that's how you lose sponsorships. You lose and you don't say nothing. Now, you can't be no front runner. You gotta talk. If you gonna talk, you gotta be who you are.
No, that's a good point. I did not think about that.
Yeah, so.
Because some people were, or some on my social media, people were like, she can't talk like that to the after press interview, and she was like, I'm still that girl.
Yep. All y'all who's talking, I'ma be back. Yeah.
And she was doing all that.
That's what she got.
And I saw like a lot of memes like, sis, nah, you lost. Like you did not, you didn't come do what you were supposed to, what we expecting, what you said what you would be.
That's because
some people were like, heck no.
Well, I think it's because a lot of people, like normal people, are performance driven, and so what I mean by that is like when they do something well, they feel good about themselves and they become more boisterous.
Yeah.
Elite athletes are internally driven. I feel good about myself regardless. Like, for real. Like, win or lose. I know who I am. Yeah, like.
Me, if I lose, I hate losing. But if I would lose, I would probably do that little social media stuff. I would be mad on the inside of myself. Yeah. Like, all right, Louise is going to be out here sprinting. You're going to be doing this for the next 17 days straight because obviously you fell off. Yeah. But.
And it's different being in an individual sport than a team sport because usually, like, as a team and elite athlete, if you lose and you play great, you just blame your teammates. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, underneath you, like, it wasn't me. I had 40 and 15. Like LeBron does. LeBron does that all the time. But like Sha'Carri, she out there by herself. She can't blame nobody. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Which why she has to have so much confidence because it's just her.
Yeah, it's me.
It's just me. And
that's a very good point.
So yeah, I think she'll bounce back. I'm excited for her to bounce back.
She's young. Like,
yeah, I mean, she's cool. It's not that I don't think I'm a huge Sha'Carri fan. But I'm not anti-Sha'Carri. Like I want her to see her do well.
I want to be Sha'Carri or Sha'Carri. I want her to do well too.
Sorry,
I like
if I'm saying it wrong.
Yeah, I don't know if it's Sha'Carri or Sha'Carri. But no, I like that. Like I think me and you were talking about it in the beginning. Like it was like she reminded me of my little cousins. Like that's somebody that I would see mentoring. Not your little cousin.
Yeah. No.
But,
I didn't know where you was going. You just came like you left field.
Because you're saying you're not a Sha'Carri fan. I'm like that's crazy because you liked her. Or you still do like her?
Yeah, it is.
Because she's not even that she's cultured, but she's relatable.
Well, I think that
like her long nails,
she's genuine. She's genuinely for herself. I think she's relatable to a lot of young black girls.
I think that is real.
Whereas like and not to knock like Simone Biles and Gabby,
but they're amazing athletes.
But like gymnastics is an elite sport financially too. So like the black girls that do gymnastics, they come from well-off families. They come from the upper middle class or even wealthy families, and you can tell. Where like you can see Sha'Carri, and that could be a girl that go to Wanda High School. Or,
right, that's what
you know what I'm saying. So like that, I do appreciate that about her. I'm not a huge track and field fan.
You're not.
I think track and field is cool, but I don't follow track and field like that.
That's true because when Kamaya was in gymnastics. I feel like she was the only black girl in her class. But I think there was
another black girl.
There was one other that came a little bit later, but it's definitely not that many of or where Kamaya was one anyway. There were not that many brown girls.
Yeah, and that's fair.
That's true.
So that's anything else you want to add about that?
Nope.
Okay, what's the next topic?
Do we have time?
Yeah, we got
Okay, so the other thing I want to talk about was, of course, the virus, the vaccine mandates. What do you feel about it? What do you think about jobs requiring it? Like, do you think it should be allowed? And what is not necessarily your position, people gonna crucify you, but what do you think in the work field? How would you navigate it?
Yeah, I think private companies can do whatever they want. And
no, they can't. They don't run nothing. That's not true.
They run their business. And so, like, if you're a private company, you can mandate vaccinations, and it's not just the COVID vaccine, but you can mandate the syphilis vaccine. I don't think that exists, but like, what is it? what we got to get that caused the bump?
Oh, the hepatitis?
No, tuberculosis.
Yeah,
like that's a vaccine. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of jobs require that. Especially
because that thing hurts when they stick that under there.
Especially you're gonna be working with kids. So like
it is required.
So
they even pay for it.
Yeah, so private companies have required vaccines in the past. I think governments will be hard pressed to require vaccines. I think they'll strongly encourage it, and they'll probably try to ostracize employees that don't get it. Yeah. Like say if you're not vaccinated, you got to work from home, or if you're not vaccinated,
you have to wear a mask.
Yeah, so they'll try to make it hard on unvaccinated people.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, I think that's kind of my stance. Like when you start your company, you
get to do what you want.
You get to do what you want.
But do you think it's fair?
I'm into entrepreneurship. It's not a question of fairness.
Oh my God!
It's not.
Here you go.
Not a question of fairness.
It is a question of fairness.
It's not. Like, can they do it? Yes.
Even though they can, doesn't mean it's fair. That is right.
It's a private company. Their job isn't to be fair or be right.
But, okay, we disagree, obviously. I think that they should be fair, whether it's private or public, because you can't impose that on people.
You can't. That's the point of being a private company.
You should not be able to because of
but this what you're...
Their ability to choose.
This is what you're missing.
What if they don't want to? Or what if they can? Or what if they have... They just say no, like, I don't want to get a vaccine, and then they're penalized because of it. Like, that's not fair to me.
But this is what you're missing, is that a private company can say that I require a vaccine to work here. And as a private citizen, you can say, I'm not getting a vaccine, and so I no longer work here.
But now you got to lose your job, find another one, all because
so
of
you have
a
to make a decision,
that you should be allowed to make.
You are.
And without penalty, though.
But
you should be allowed to make it without penalty.
That's not adulthood, though.
What? Yes,
it's not.
So I can make a decision without being penalized?
Not all decisions, no. So, like...
Heck no.
A perfect example. Like, if I work in a school, I can't pull the fire alarm and yell fire.
Well, obviously, that's not the same thing.
How's it not the same? I can make that choice, right?
That is... you can make that choice, but what is the benefit? Like, for the vaccine, I feel like you should be able to choose whether you get it or not without penalty. And, of course, you have to take proper precautions either way. But if you decide not to, I don't think it should jeopardize your job. That's like getting a flu shot. Does it jeopardize your job?
Some places, like hospitals, require them.
Okay, some hospitals will.
Nurses and doctors.
They'll try to badger you until you get it.
Nurses and doctors got to get flu shots. So
they have to.
Yes, they have to get the flu shot.
Are y'all sure?
Just like they're having nurses and doctors have to get the COVID vaccine. Mm-hmm. And so the thing is, if you're a doctor, you want to get the COVID vaccine, you can start a private practice. So my thing is
now you have
private
so much more because you operated in your free will to decide.
But that's part of your free will. So why can only the individual have free will and not the company?
The company is not a person.
It's a private entity.
The company is a thing.
It's ran by
It's
people.
a business.
It's ran by people.
Yeah, an entity. A person, that's so different to me.
But so let's just say person to person. Why can't the person who's the boss have the free will to make a rule?
Because that is a person, right? Mm-hmm. So you can decide what's best for you.
No.
And you can say, for me,
but that's
I encourage the vaccine.
Their job
but I can't make you. That's like you saying, I'm your husband, you getting the vaccine. No, I'm not.
Well, no. This is a great example. If I said, Louise, if you don't get the vaccine, I don't think we can stay married.
Okay.
And you said, okay, I'm not getting the vaccine.
I don't want to get the vaccine.
Then we would get divorced. That's the same thing.
Because you tried to require me to do something. You tried to force my hand and make me make a decision. I don't think any one person should have that type of power.
I don't. You don't have to do it. But if you don't do it, I'm not. I'm saying.
Okay, let's say
to work here,
men, like men say.
Oh, now it's all men. Oh, you just want to? No, it don't have to be that way.
You just gave that example. So
no, you did.
You just said husband and wife.
No, you did that. Like you did that. That was your example.
Oh my gosh. All right. Okay. Let's say the business. Like if the business owner, the private business owner says, okay, employees, I'm going to get the vaccine. I would like for you to.
Yeah.
I will leave it up to you to decide what is best for you.
Okay.
I'm okay with that.
But that's their right to do that.
Yes.
But there's also the right to say, at this company, we require a vaccine.
This is how we work. So now they're the master and we the slaves and we got to listen.
That's how businesses work.
No, that's
so
not
what's
good.
What's a uniform?
But that's not good. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that's not fair. Like that's not right to me.
That's why we're entrepreneurial.
Like that's not, and I don't mind like working alongside people, but I have a real problem. I think it's not fair. Like that's not fair for you to govern over somebody or so enforce something on someone, because if they have legit reasons why they don't want to get the vaccine, then that should be respected.
Nigga, these is grown people. Like, bro, you talking like, oh my Lord.
What?
You trying to treat adults like they 6. These are adults, these are grown people,
because
grown men and grown women. They do. That's what you always have the ability to choose.
But if
if they require vaccines, I cannot force you to get it.
But then the choice
But you don't get to work here still.
Becomes feed my family or get this vaccine that I am ethically against.
But you put yourself in that position if your job is the only way you can feed your family.
But okay, I see what you're saying, but that's not fair for a lot of people though. You can't say that. But if I go to work, make money and feed my family, then what's wrong with that?
Nothing's wrong with that.
So me being in that position is fine.
Because you chose to be in that position.
Yes, so now, I didn't think anything was wrong with it.
But by choosing to be in that position, now you're at the mercy of your job. And so if your job requires vaccines, because of your previous choice, you either have to choose to get a vaccine or start filling out application. That's it.
I don't think
that's a choice.
I think that is so not
Why
fair.
is that not a choice? Why is that not fair a choice?
Because what's wrong with working? Because now you're penalizing me for working,
working
for this company. Like, so what?
I'm not penalizing you for working.
It feels real penalty.
There's no penalty.
Consequence.
Choice. There's choice. No, I'll give you the choice.
It's not a choice. It's a consequence.
It's just like these are all you're acting like the vaccine choice is different than all the other choices your job gives you. This is just a choice you don't like.
No,
so, like,
but that's one that impacts me. Like,
no,
me
they
not
all
wearing
impact
a uniform. Okay, like if I wear like a shirt that shows off my body or something like that, may impact other people. If I dress in a way that's unprofessional, that may impact other people. But me getting a COVID shot, putting a substance into my body, that impacts me directly in my health.
Perfect example. You like to sleep.
I enjoy
First shift is 5 to 2.
Mm-hmm.
That's the shift you work.
Okay.
So now you have a choice.
But
if you're gonna show up on time or not.
Yeah, and that's fine. But me working 5 to 2,
that's the same choice.
It's not the same choice because I can go to sleep earlier. There are things I can do to make that work. With the vaccine,
you can what? Get another job. That's the choice. That's what I'm talking about. That's the choice.
I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's right.
It's the same choices that, like, as a company, you give your employees choice. Because they're adults.
They do, but I'm
so
saying
everything, every part of it is a choice.
Their body, though.
They all do, though. We work 12-hour shifts. Science is proven that is horrible on the body.
Like the work to the bone thing.
That's horrible. All the science. All the science is saying 12-hour shifts, 4 12-hour shifts is horrible. It's killing you. But you got a choice. Jobs is like, man, we know it's killing you.
We don't care.
We don't care.
They
That's
don't
our
care
12
about
shifts.
people.
We have 12-hour shifts. That's what we do. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, now you got a choice. You gonna go do 12-hour shifts, make your money?
If you're a business owner, business, treat your people right. Don't treat them badly. Treat them fairly because they matter and they're important, and so is their well-being and their decision making. Now what, Justin? Now.
Why are you acting like I'm the issue?
Because you agree.
We don't require COVID vaccines at the Hope Institute.
Because you agree.
I agree with what?
That it's okay for them to act this way.
I agree that it's legal.
Nope, I didn't say legal. That's where this is where our argument split.
I agree that it's legal.
You think it's okay for them to
I don't think it's a question of morality.
Yeah, everything. See, this is where we always split. It is a question of morality. You never do. I always do. Like, there is ethics, morality, emotions, and feelings in everything. Every little thing.
It's not, though.
It is. Even with the shit, like, everything to me.
It's not a question of morality. Like, there are rules, there are laws, there are things in place.
I agree with that. And most of those, never mind.
And so, like, if we're talking about can private companies do X, Y, Z, it's a rule.
It's not a can to me, it's a should.
And the question is should it, but that's not a real question.
Yes, it is.
I think it depends on your field. I think that if you're in the healthcare arena, it kind of makes sense to me
to get the vaccine,
to require vaccines for your people. Like my grandma, she's at a rehab facility. Somebody got COVID. Somebody got COVID at her rehab facility, and his whole facility shut down. Now, if you've done the science and you're a professional and you saying getting the vaccine limits that possibility, that might make sense. You know what I'm saying? But like if you work remote, then you know what I'm saying, you might not have to require.
Okay, but what if a doctor in the facility said, I don't want to get the vaccine. I've done the blood work. I have the antibodies. It does not medically make sense for me to get this vaccine, nor do I want to.
Then it's up to the private company to say if this is a requirement or not. But do you think that's
okay for them? Do you think they should, or should they just shut up and take the vaccine?
Shut
up and give me your arm.
It's up to them. It's up to you. Like, I 100% agree if individuals have personal choice. Individuals have personal choice.
That's my whole point.
No, I don't disagree with that point. But I'm just saying it's okay for private companies to say choose to get the vaccine and work somewhere else.
That's not okay.
It is okay because
it's not okay.
But this is the thing. They've been giving you those choices since you applied.
But not
like
one.
You got to take a drug test most places.
Yeah.
So what's they saying? Choose to smoke weed or choose to work here. That's what they're saying.
I don't know.
It is. And so if you want to smoke weed, you can't work here.
I see what you're saying. I do.
If you want to work 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., you can't work here. We work 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. So it's
but those are to me, those are not that they're minute, but they're not as life threatening. If you will.
So, like there's a tuberculosis vaccine that almost all child care education providers require. If you felt like you didn't want to get it, you think it wouldn't be okay for them to be like, yeah, you can't work here, because that's what tuberculosis is. Like
airborne.
Huh?
Wait, what's tuberculosis? What do you mean?
The vaccine. You have to get it to work in education. If you're working with schools, like elementary schools, and most private.
I thought that's just negative. Like that's what the testing is. If you got the bump, it means you have tuberculosis. If you don't got tuberculosis. So
yeah, like you have to. They give you the vaccine to see if you have it or not.
They don't give you the vaccine. They give you a test.
What is it? It's tuberculosis. Okay, you're right.
I was like,
you're right. I'm tripping.
And Sonny got this vaccine 3 times.
I'm tripping. I'm sorry.
I think y'all been tested 3 times.
There is a vaccine, but I'm trying to. It must not be tuberculosis. I'm tripping. Maybe I'm.
You think of meningitis?
I mean, yeah, you do have to get a meningitis vaccine, but I don't know. I haven't got you. You definitely got one in high school. You have to, or they won't let you go to school.
No, Justin. You can sign.
You can't. No, they let you sign the waiver.
You can sign because when you go to college, you're supposed to get a.
Yeah, I know you can sign it in college.
You're supposed to get a second meningitis.
I didn't get it in college.
Thing. I think you did.
I did not. I haven't gotten a shot since I was in high school, like vaccine or nothing.
You didn't get it your senior year of high school?
I did. I just said high school.
Yeah, but that would have been the one you need to go off to college.
I said I didn't get a shot in college, Louise.
Okay, yeah. So I'm saying I thought you got your meningitis shot senior year of high school. First of all,
you don't know what shots
I got in high school. Because
you don't know any of the shots that I got in high school. Like you have no idea what I did.
So did you get the meningitis shot in high school?
I'm not sure, probably, but I said I did. That was in my statement.
Yeah, no, because I said you needed to go off to college.
And I said I didn't get any shots in college. Is what I said.
Did you get a tetanus shot? Never mind. This is not important.
The answer is no. I didn't get any shots to go to college.
You didn't hear my question. I said, did you get a tetanus shot?
I'm sure I did in high school. My mom made me get all those shots. So in high school, I got all of them. So yeah, I'm not. Sure. I'm saying since I've been an adult, I haven't gotten any vaccination. You're an
anti-vaxxer. No, I'm just kidding. You're not, and we don't even have to go there. So. But he's not an anti-vaxxer. Kind of. Just kidding. I don't know. Okay, what are you about to say?
Nothing. So you think? Let me just make sure I understand.
Here we go.
You think all these big bad mean companies are being big bad mean company people to make
Stop
people,
using elementary language like I'm a child.
To make people.
That's rude.
And they're being super unfair to all of their little
I should
nice
put you out this chair going. I should do.
All of their small nice employees, and by trying to make them choose between the big bad vaccine and working there.
Actually, nigga, I think. Sorry, guys. I think that I think that private companies and there's private well, I think can public companies require it?
I don't know if government companies can,
if they have that power.
owned entities can require the vaccine.
Okay, so
I think well, maybe now that it's FDA approved.
Yeah, Pfizer is FDA approved.
They might be able to require.
So I think
FDA
that
approved.
companies, private, public, other, does not matter, should be very careful of the power they exude over their employees, including in what they require them to do. Do I think that they are all big, bad, mean? No, because I'm sure some of them may have the best interest at heart. But I think that there is a point, and hopefully in America we get there, where we understand an individual's right to choose, things like that. So, and Justin, I know you disagree. We can't, and I don't think that they should be punished or penalized for their choice.
So, but this is my thing. If you can do whatever you want to do, and there's no consequences,
I think
that's not, to me, that's not adulthood.
Maybe to you, but I'm not even necessarily saying that there can't be consequences, but I'm saying that I don't always think that companies have the best interest of individual people. And individual people, I think like they should be trusted to have their own best interests sometimes. They are just in general like
no, the company has the best interest of the company.
It's hard pressed for me to believe that any company or every company is requiring it because they have the best interest of people, their customers, or any of that. Like I just don't trust companies or entities enough to say, okay, they can decide for us to get the vaccine.
That's not the company's goal.
Yeah, I know, but that's not how I interpret it.
No, I'm saying that's not why they're requiring the vaccine. It's not about the individuals. It's about the company.
That's my problem. I think it should be about the individuals.
Yeah, nah, you ain't trying to make no money, bro.
I know. I am
you ain't trying to make no money, bro.
Like that whole thinking.
You ain't trying to make no money, bro.
For me, individual people will always come first.
I mean, you can build a company, but it depends on the size of the company. If it's like 6 people, yeah. But if you got
100,
you got 100,000 people in your company.
It's hard.
It's not. It's not.
I don't know.
It's not an option. Like that's not an option to sit down and ask every single person what they want.
What do you think is best?
That's not an option.
No, I understand that.
So you have to make policies for the masses.
You should have policies for the masses.
That's what the vaccine policy is.
Yes, some people are a majority. I'm a minority focused person. So my problem is like you make policy for the masses, but there's always a group of people that are hurt by that.
Yeah, but that's
concerned.
life.
That is life, and I get it. But I'm concerned, like, wow, these 30 people, like, how do they feel about it? How does it impact them? It hurts them, and why? They don't have to get a new job. It's not fair.
They do. They feel like going to.
I understand you, and I don't disagree completely. But my concern is like, dang, what about the 3 people with the job who will maybe not find another job because they didn't get a vaccine? That's not fair to me. And I understand what you're saying. It's 3 people. They can make a choice to go somewhere else.
Well, I'm saying they grown.
But I'm saying why should they have to?
The ideal that you have to depend on other companies or other entities, and you're saying it's unfair that you have to depend on, that's the part that I disagree with.
Wait, which part?
That it's unfair that you're dependent upon companies. So you're dependent upon X company to provide your income, or if you leave them, you're dependent on Y.
But I don't think that, like, the idea that companies are in government is like in a parental figure. Yeah, I don't agree with that.
But that's what you're saying though. You're saying that it's unfair that these people can't work there if they don't have the vaccine because it puts them in a position where they can't provide
where they're given a consequence.
Yeah.
Are they they're given an unfair situation.
But no, it's a consequence. But it's the opposite is true though. If you get the vaccine, there's a consequence too, right? Like it's just a good consequence. Yeah, it's a good. So that's what I'm saying. There's a consequence either way. Mm-hmm. But I'm saying that I think that there are people that are like, I agree with you. I don't trust private organizations, government entities enough for them to be my entire I have to be completely dependent on them. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't trust it. Yeah. And so like I don't think I'm past the point in my life where a company could come to me and say that, and I would have to be, in my mind, I would be choosing between something that I thought was morally correct or scientifically, even not morally, something that I thought was scientifically cool.
See, look, you're trying to take morals out.
Yeah,
morality.
Take morals out.
Nope, morally correct. No, you said it.
No, I'd have to choose between if I say I believe in the science that this isn't safe, but I can't provide for my family. I'm past that point.
Yeah, I would
that's just
I would quit a job for less. Ain't even gonna lie to you.
I'm not in that place. So
I would quit a job
for
way less.
But I'm not in that place not because of I'm a genius or it's just because I don't believe that, because I've made the choice not to be in that place. Mm-hmm. And so, which
is good for you, but there were steps and decisions and people and events that got you to that type of thinking.
For sure.
Everybody doesn't have access to that.
They do. YouTube, it's all on you. Like all this kind of stuff is on YouTube, it's on Instagram. Like there are people literally teaching how to walk to get money, how to there are this streams of income thing is not news to people. No, it's not anymore. Like everybody understands that multiple streams of income is the way to go. It's not the understanding, it's the execution. A lot of people aren't willing to do the extra stuff to make that work. And it's not that, and it's like you say, and what I mean by willing to do, they might not be willing to learn enough to do it, or they might not be willing to believe in themselves enough to do it. Like, and so I think that it's ain't 1960s or whatever. Like that stuff is accessible. Streams of income is accessible, and so like if you don't have multiple streams of income, it's a choice. And it's not one of ignorance. It's a choice that you're making, and it might be you're tired. And I'm not knocking people that got one stream of income. I'm not saying that you are lazy or nothing like that. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying that if you make that choice, then it's gonna put you in position where other people can make choices for you. Mm-hmm. And the vaccine being one of them. Cool.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I can agree with that. Yeah, that's a fair place to agree.
So yeah, that's your episode. You have anything else you want to talk about?
Nope, that's it.
Okay, so we love you. Leave a comment. Let us know what you think.
Bye, guys.
It's been good. We did great. I'm going to let her run the episodes from here on out.
Oh, would you look at that? Up. Who knew that this was our last episode? It has been so good, like, talking to y'all so often. It has been a blessing to me, to my heart, to my mind. Like, it's been dope, for real. So thank you for journeying with us.
We'll see y'all next week.
KC. See you next week.
Don't forget to like,
comment, subscribe, and share with a friend because you love it and they may too. You didn't know I was going to say that, did you?
Bye, y'all.
Did I surprise you?
No.